5. Subvert your values. Success is subtraction, the more you lose, the richer. Most of the people worked hard all their lives, just to make children and families live a comfortable life. But the reality is that they're unwilling to pay for it. In the end, he will only become one of the thousands of poor people. There is no shortage of poor people in this world, and there are so many rich. Some business success has just proven that. If one studies carefully, one will find that gains and losses complement each other before fortune arrives. 5 things are often lost first, and those who don't know will sigh. And know too late. Let's start with number 1. Anybody can have a temper. But don't let your temper exceed your capabilities. Losing your temper is instinct, controlling your temper is a skill. It's important to keep oneself aware of things and maintain a clear head. It's not necessarily a sign of forbearance, as sometimes people can't reasonably control their emotions. It doesn't solve the problem well, and it will also deepen the conflict between people, which will make things worse. Throughout the past and present, those who are successful rarely show their emotions. Angry not to be seen, otherwise people and things that make you angry will be the deadliest. You should stay happy and avoid people who are grumpy. You need to stay in control of yourself. A man who loses his temper can't even control his own behavior. Yes, you are entitled to feel angry about whatever. But maybe you can try to ask yourself first what has happened that caused you to be this way. Maybe there is also a positive side again. Maybe someone just wanted to help you and there was no need for a tantrum after all. Getting angry won't solve anything and can be counterproductive or make things worse. There's always a reason behind a tantrum, so it's best to take some time to think before reacting. Maybe in a bad mood, could be the subordinate's fault. But there is a way, just let the bullets fly for a while when things happen. It is natural to get emotional sometimes when you're dealing with certain tasks. However, it is important that you not act on your emotions and do nothing but wait until you have calmed down before carrying on. This will dramatically reduce how stressful the situation gets. A major drawback of the method is that it's not always effective and the results can be unpredictable. He looks kind, but when something happens, he could still get upset. It's been hard to deal with him in that way before. Once something happens, calm down and run away immediately and wait for the mood to stabilize. Come back and see what happened and what to do about it. Afterwards, sometimes you will find nothing, it's just your temper that's the problem. Number 2. Someone was born poor and suffered when they were young. Yet he or she complains about why it is always them who is unlucky, complains about bad luck, and complains because they don't have a good condition. After closer consideration, they realized that complaining did not help the situation. In fact, it only made the problem worse. As the heart does not call for things, things do not arrive. What you think in your heart will eventually be presented to you in other forms. Riding the wind and waves in adversity, ripe with success. I have heard stories of couples who live such a life, an alcoholic husband and a gambler wife. They had 2 sons, with very different fates. The older son had a thriving financial business while the younger one succumbed to alcohol abuse. I have such parents, which influenced me. Most people make excuses for themselves when they fail because of my parents. The second child got jailed for breaking the law. Some person asked the older son, "Why are you so successful?" The older son said, "I have such parents, if I don't work hard, who will feed me?" Someone asked the second child, "Why did you go to jail?" The second said, "Because I have such a loving family." Parents, influenced by them. Many people are discontent with fate and feel that they haven't done anything great personally. If you believe that, you're only still recovering. It's true that we attract both good and bad in our lives, and if you only complain, you'll most likely attract worse. Everything in life will turn out to be bad if it's not solved for. A problem can't be identified as a problem until it's been solved. It's best not the complaint, instead looking for ways to solve the issue, because that could lead to a counterattack in life. Number 3. If you try hard for a long time without success, you're still struggling, you might need to rethink your environment or explore other strategies. Probably limited by the environment, try to get away from everything now, stay away from the circle of friends, stay away from stereotypes. A lot of people have trouble adjusting to an environment that's totally different from what they're used to. The first step toward success is understanding that it's not just about you. You need to step out of your comfort zone and see the world from a new perspective. Once you do, you realize that problems are solvable and there's more than one way to win. But successful people must become independent of these vices and not let them control their lives. The world is a place of competition and advancement. It's better to rely on yourself and your own abilities rather than accepting help from others. Doing so can lead to future success. This makes people more dependent on other people. Giving up your responsibility can be a bad thing, as other people might make decisions that are not in your best interests. Face life and take the time to get to know yourself better in order to have a more independent lifestyle. This means facing difficulties and experiencing pain, rather than escaping these problems through other people. It can be difficult to face up to your own problems if you deal with them alone, but doing so can make a big difference. You should try to solve this problem, and that can have a significant impact on your life. Number 4. I've heard the story of 3 stone men. One claims he's breaking stones, another says he's building walls, and the last guy says he's building a church. What they're doing is the same, but different people see it as something different. Some people would go so far as to say that they hold it sacred. But if you don't change your opinion, then you can't be bothered by the status quo. They're not affected by emotional turmoil. Faith, perseverance, and effort are crucial factors in order to break into a career. It is more than just thinking about it. The same is true with investments. Even investments by luck will be lost by strength. You can't make more money than you know, if a person is ignorant and terrible. But I'm more afraid that he doesn't know anything about his own ignorance. So that's another example of why we find ignorance to be an advantage. I was able to rapidly improve my cognitive ability by joining a community of capable people and quickly learned. It's also what world's richest man, Musk, does. Number 5. The days can't be perfect all the time, live as if it were. A few weeks ago my friend called me again and wanted to tell me that he wanted to quit his job. With tears in his eyes, he tells the results of all the hard work in the past, but my heart has no turbulence. I even want to hang up the phone. This isn't the first time he's come to talk to me. I really regret not working hard before, and I wish I had made the right decision sooner. They always call me to complain about everything he's been wronged in the company and tell me how disappointed they are at me. At first, I was patient with him because he seemed very sad. Even spend a long time researching with him, develop a fast-growing study plan. Every time he swears, "You must change," but the next day he was like he lost his memory. Leave plans behind. Words of regret are always more than actions. The idea of regret doesn't make any sense to me. No matter what you did before, change can happen anytime. If you're fat right now, what to do? If you want to lose weight and be healthy, you need to start by eating less. Through regular exercise, this can help you maintain the weight loss. Instead of feeling sorry for yourself, just get up from your bed and start doing something about it. What should I do if I fail my exam? Immediately look for ways to improve so that it doesn't happen again. Life isn't always easy and some people need to vent to someone. Instead of feeling regretful, call a friend, or on the other hand, improve your skills if you're not feeling up to it. One of the best ways to accelerate growth is to learn from seniors. Not only will you appreciate what you have, but it can also help clear up the past in your life. The important thing is not to regret the past, but rather let it pass away. Your regrets and your ifs were just fantasies. You can't go back and change your decision. Just wasting time. You could have changed now. Don't let the past haunt you. If you need a fresh start, look forward. It's important that fresh ideas turn into new actions, and that after careful reflection and hope for new goals. Act cheerfully. Start working hard. Do not have emotional troubles. Life sure does seem like a one-way trip, doesn't it? If you think this video has inspired you, please like and share with others. After you leave a comment, consider subscribing to me for more great content. Thank you for watching. Until next time.